Hello everyone, this is Hacker on Call, and today we'll go over Firewall Fundamentals, which is a premium room on TryHackMe, and we'll learn basic what is a firewall, what types of firewall we have, rules of firewall, and Windows Defender firewall, and Linux IP tables firewall. Okay, let's start. Okay, we've seen security guards outside shopping malls, banks, restaurants, and houses. These guards are placed on the entrances of the areas to keep track of the people coming in and going out. The purpose of making is this to check this, ensure nobody is sneaking in without being permitted. This guard acts as a wall between his area and the visitors. A lot of incoming and going traffic flows daily between the digital devices of the internet that are connected to. What if somebody sneaks in between the massive traffic without getting caught? We would also need security guards on our digital devices then, who can check the data coming in and going out of them. The security guards are we call firewall. A firewall is designed to inspect network or digital devices incoming and outgoing traffic. The goal is the same for the security guard sitting outside of the building, not letting any unauthorized visitors enter the system or network. The instruct by the firewall is giving the rules to check against the traffic. Anytime that comes in or goes out of the device of the network would face the firewall first. The firewall will allow and deny that traffic based on that's to maintain rules. Most firewalls today go beyond rule-based filtering and offer extra functionalities to protect our devices network from an outside world. We will discuss all these firewalls and perform practical lab demonstrations. So that's good. Perfect. So we have unwanted traffic, which will be blocked, and our traffic will go through the firewall. Learning objectives, what types of firewall, the firewall rules and components, hands-on Windows built-in firewall, oh, that's good. Hands-on Linux built-in firewall, even better. Perfect. Which security solution inspects and okay, literally firewall. Okay, types of firewalls. Firewall deployment may be common in the network after organizations discover their abilities to filter harmful traffic from the system and networks. Several different types of firewalls were introduced afterward, each serving with a unique purpose. It's important to know that different types of firewalls work on different iOS OSI model levels. Firewalls are categorized into many types. Let's examine a few of the most common types. So, stateless. I think stateless did not remember anything like it does not record any traffic. Stateful inspection firewall, I think records actually the logs so you can inspect them later. Proxy firewalls and next generation firewalls. I think next generation firewalls had like much more advanced stuff. I think I remember something about it. Okay, stateless firewall. This type of firewall operates on layer 3 and 4, which is we start with physical, data link, so it's network, and I think transport layer. Yeah, network and transport layers of the OSI model work solely by filtering the data based on the preemptive rules without taking any note. There we go. Any note of the state of the previous connection. This means that it will match every packet with the rule regardless of whether it's part of a legitimate connection. It maintains no information of the state of previous connections to make decisions on future packets. Due to this, these firewalls can process the packets very quickly. However, they cannot complete policies to the data based on relationship with previous connections. Suppose a firewall denies a few packets from a single source based on its rule. Ideally, it should drop all the future packets from the source because the previous packets could not comply with the firewall's rules. However, the firewall keeps forgetting this, and future packets from the source still be treated as new and match this rule again. Stateful firewalls. Unlike stateless firewalls, the type of firewall that goes beyond filtering packets by predetermined rules. It also keeps track of previous connections and stores them into state table. This has another layer of security, inspecting the packets based on the history with components. Stateful firewalls operate on the same layers of the OSI model. Suppose the firewall accepts a few packets from a source address based on its rule. In the case, it takes note of the connection states and allows the future packets from this connection automatically get allowed without inspecting each of them. That's very cool. Similarly, of the stateful firewalls take note of oncoming traffic, deny a few packets. Yeah, so it's like banning an IP address. Proxy firewalls. The problem with previous firewalls was their inability to inspect the contents of the packets. Proxy firewalls or application level gateways, so like the highest level, as an intermediate between the private network and the internet of the operator. Yeah, in the 7 level, so the top layer of the OSI model. Inspect the content of all packets as well. The requests made by the user in a network are forwarded by a proxy after inspection and making them with their own IP addresses to provide anonymity and internal IP address. Wait, the requests made by users are forwarded by this proxy. So it's like an extra protection, so you cannot understand your IP addresses, but they can see only the proxy server address, not your IP address. Content filtering can be applied to these firewalls to allow the night incoming and outgoing traffic. Okay, so content. Nice. Next generation firewalls. This is the most advanced, type of firewall operating the layer 3 and 7, so both the network layer and the application level of the OSI model offer deep backend inspection of functionalities that enhance the security of incoming and outgoing traffic. It has illustration preventing system that blocks malicious activities in real time. It offers heuristics analysis by analyzing the patterns of attacks and blocking them instantly before reaching the network. New generation firewalls have SSL and TLS and decryption capability, which inspect the packets after decrypting them and correlate data back to the threat intelligence feed. Oh, that's a very big loss of privacy here. Very, very big loss of privacy. The table below each firewall's characteristic and choose the most suitable firewall for you. So stateless firewalls. Basic filtering, no tracking previous connections, efficient for high-speed networks. Stateful firewalls recognize traffic by patterns, complex rule can be applied, monitor the network connections. Proxy firewalls inspect the data inside the packets as well, provide connection filtering options, providing application control and decryption TLS packets. Next generation provides advanced threat protection, comes with intrusion prevention. There we go, intrusion prevention system can act on its own. Ideal anomalies based on heuristic analysis, that's very hard. Decrypt and SSL. Okay, perfect. What type of firewall maintains the stateful? Which type of firewall offers heuristic analysis? Oh, that's next generation. That's heuristic. Literally, it's the next generation firewall. Which type of inspects proxy? Proxy firewall. Rules in firewalls. Perfect. Nice. Firewall gives you control over your network's traffic, although it filters the traffic based on built-in rules. Some conservation rules can be defined various networks. For example, there would be a network you want to deny an SSH traffic coming into your network. However, your network would have a requirement to allow SSH traffic from a few specific IP addresses. The rules allow you to configure the customized settings of the network incoming and outgoing traffic. Perfect. The basic component of firewall rules are described below. Source address, the machine IP originate the traffic. Destination address, the machine speed that would receive data. The port number of the traffic. Protocol, the action that defines the action that would take upon identifying the traffic. Okay, and then direction. The field defines the rule application incoming and outgoing traffic. Type of actions. The component action from the rule indicates in the step to take after a data packet falls under the category defined rule. 3 main actions can be applied to a rule explained below. Okay, allow action indicates that the particular traffic defined inside the rule would be permitted. For example, let's create a rule action to allow all outgoing traffic from a network port 80 HTTP. Okay, sure. Allow that IP. Basically, that's a subnet, or more like a prefix, to be honest. Prefix. Everything that has this will be allowed. Destination anywhere. Protocol TCP port. Although TCP can have different ports. What about 8080 or some stuff like that? And outbound, so outgoing. Deny rules taking traffic denied inside the rule would be blocked and not permitted. These rules are fundamental for security teams to deny specific traffic coming from malicious IP addresses to create more rules to reduce them to threat surface of the network. For example, let's create a rule with an action to deny incoming traffic port 22. Was 22? No. Is it TCP? No. 22. It's file transfer protocol. I don't remember. Ah, SSH. My mistake. It's an SSH. Critical server. So deny any source to our prefix that protocol that port incoming. Okay, perfect. Forward. The action forward redirects traffic to a different network segment using the forwarding rules created by the firewall that applies the firewall that provides routing functionality to act the gateway between different network segments. Example, let's create a rule with an action to forward all the incoming traffic on port 80 uses HTTP traffic on web server on that. So we forward any incoming source that goes to this IP address by this protocol, this port, and inbound incoming traffic. Directionality of rules. Firewalls have different categories of rules, each category based on traffic directionality on which the rules are created. Let's examine each of these directionalities. So the internet goes to the firewall, there's incoming and outgoing traffic. Inbound rules. Rules categorize the inbound rules when they are meant to be applied for incoming traffic only. For example, you might allow incoming HTTP traffic on port 80 on web server. Outbound rules are literally the opposite when we send out the the request. So we want to block SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol traffic on port 25. Forward rules. Forward rules are created for specific traffic inside the network. For example, forwarding a rule can be created for incoming HTTP traffic to the web server located on your network. Which type of action should be denied if a rule in a rule to permit? Is it allow? What is the direction? What is the direction of the rule that's created for the traffic leaving our network? Outgoing, no, it's inbound and outbound. Perfect, guys. We finally reached test 4, which is hands-on. Oh, this one is a big one. Finally something cool. Okay, guys, let's start machine. This will take some time. Start a machine button. Will machine will split screen. Sure. Can also connect to the VPN. Wanna go? Okay. Windows Defender Firewall. We'll start with this one, and then while it loads up, we'll do it. Windows Defender is a built-in firewall introduced by Microsoft in a Windows operating system. The firewall contains all the basic functionalities for creating, allowing, denying specific programs, and creating custom messages. Perfect. This task is designed to cover some of the essential components of the Windows Defender firewall, which can utilize and restrict your system's incoming and outgoing network traffic. To open the firewall, you have to open the Windows search and type Windows Defender Firewall. Sure, we'll do that when it loads up. The Windows Defender's firewall homepage shown the network profiles and the available options. This is the main dashboard of all options for. So this is the main dashboard. So we have control panel. We can choose where to go, right? Available options, and we have network profiles. Help protect your PC with Defender. Private networks, guest public networks. Sure, I know. Okay, we're gonna learn about network profiles, right? Where are the network profiles? Those two. Network profiles. There are two available network profiles. Windows Firewall determines your current network based on your network location awareness (NLA) and applies the profile firewall setting for you. We have different firewall settings for each of them. Private networks, so profiles for private networks, and guest networks or public networks. So, okay, includes the firewall configuration to apply when connected to our home network. Sure. Guest or public networks. This includes the firewall configuration to apply the connection to a public or untrusted networks like coffee shops, restaurants, or similar. For example, when connecting to a public network, you can configure firewall settings to block all incoming network connections to allow only some outgoing connections. That's actually a good way to secure more yourself on a public network, but you better like use VPNs and other stuff. These settings will apply to the public network profile, will not be implemented when you are in a private home network. To allow/disable any application in any of the network profiles, click on the option highlighted as one in the screenshot. Where is the one? Uh, Interesting. Ah, there we go. Highlighted as one. Allow an app or feature through. So basically, to allow deny applications. Oh, perfect. So we specify which profile also. That's good. This makes page listening of the apps and features installed on the system. You can check the ones you want to allow to network profiles and check those you need. Windows Defender Firewall is turned on by default. However, if you want to turn off or on, you can click on the option highlighted as 2 on the screenshot. Turn it off or on. Okay, we can fully turn it off or turn it on. This will take you to the settings of both network profiles rather than completely. Okay. Which Microsoft doesn't recommend. You can also block all incoming connections. You can also click on Restore Defaults from the main dashboard anytime you restore to default. Okay, and restore to defaults. Perfect. Custom rules. There we go. That's exactly. Oh hell, we have still a lot of things to do here. Sure. Let's go. Custom rules. Windows Defender Firewall also allows you to create custom rules for your network to allow the same specific traffic as needed. Let's create a custom rule to block all outgoing traffic on HTTP port 80 or HTTPS port 443. After creating this rule, we will be unable to browse any website on the internet as the websites are working on 80 or 443, which will be blocked. Before creating this rule, let's test if we're able to visit the website. For example, let's visit as shown below. The screenshot below able to website. Okay, let's guys copy this, go to the browser. While it loads, the name was, what was the name? The Defender, or what is it? Firewall, Windows Defender. Yeah, it's Windows Defender. Oh, sure. Let's wait till it fully loads. I don't care about that one actually. So please allow me to access the website. Connected successfully. Perfect. We reached. Uh, do I just take in the flag? No. I don't know why I need. Okay, sure. Um, so yeah, I was able to see it. To create custom, choose advanced settings from the available options on the main dashboard. Okay. Uh, Microsoft, right? Defender. Maybe just Defender. Oh, my mistake. Windows Defender. Okay, it loads. Custom rules, choose advanced. So there we go. We have inbound rules. Oh, that's interesting. It's actually different from the screenshot. Oh, okay. I have to search. I have to search for Windows Defender Firewall. Yo, come on. No, it is. Wait, is it this one? Yep, there you go. We finally. So there we go. The restore defaults, advanced settings, turn off, turn on, change and allow apps. Okay, we'll go for advanced settings. Now, the rule created below is already available inside the attached VM. If you want to test it, you can create it on your. Oh, okay. So actually, we don't need to do anything. Advanced setting, you can see available options to create. So the main profile. Oh, it sends you to this inbound. Oh, there we go. Inbound outgoing rules. Allow, disallow. Let's create an outbound rule to block all outgoing HTTP and HTTPS traffic. For this, click on the outbound rules. Okay. Option on the left side and click new rule. New rule. On the right side, this will open rule wizard. Okay. Open rule wizard. First step, click on custom. Custom rule. Give me a second. In the second step, select all programs. All programs, yes. Pressing will ask you to select the protocol. There we go. As TCP, as local port. So we need TCP. Keep the local port as it is and change the remote port to specific ports. Write the port number field 80 and 443. Perfect, then click on next. Now separate the port number by commas and please don't leave spaces between them. In the scope tab, okay, sure. Aim, test, finish. There you go, we have test. Perfect. In the scope tab, keep the local and remote IP addresses as they are and press next button. In the action tab, enable block the connection. Yo, why they did that? Why they didn't tell me like immediately change something? How I'm gonna delete this one? I create a new rule. Sorry guys, gotta please wait for this. So we go for custom, for next, all programs next, protocol type TCP, ports, specific ports, it's 80 and 443. So yeah, any IP, but here block all connections, press next. In the protocol tab, we'll keep all the network profile marked. Lastly, the final phase is to give your rule a name. I'll do for test. Okay, you can see our rule in there available about rules. Now let's visit the same website again. I can still what? What do I have to do to it to like allow it? Is this a joke? Oh, perfect. There we go. Perfect. 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 Critical Windows system. They created a rule on their Windows Defender firewall to block some of the specific traffic you're. Okay. What's the name of the rule that was created to block all incoming SSH traffic. Oh, hell no. What was the name of the rule that was created to block all incoming? What is the name of the rule that was created to block all incoming traffic on port SSH? Incoming, inbound rules. Uh, somewhere like on above, right? Isn't like core OP view? I don't even know. Properties, there we go. Core OP is enabled protocols TCP port 22. Perfect. Yeah, it's core OP. I don't know what it stands for. A rule was created to allow SSH from a single IP address. What is that rule name? You mean that mail, maybe infra team? I don't know. Infra team, local port, specific ports, allow 22 remote. Okay. Allow connection. So it actually, I don't see the IP address. I get it that it's called infra infra team. Or is wrong. It's right, but what is the IP address? You know what? I think I gotta go into more details about it. I know it's infra team. What is export list? Oh no, I don't want to export. View, customize. Okay, no. Properties, right? Yeah. So allow the connection infra team, sure. Programs and services. All programs are specification. Maybe settings like that. No. Interesting. I'm getting lost here, but still not that bad. Protocols. So scope. Ah, there we go. There we go. This IP. So local IP, any IP, right? But this can allow it's 192.168.13 and 7. Perfect, perfect. Okay, the last one. Let's focus. In the previous test, we discussed built-in firewall. So what are, oh, you know what? I'm gonna start attack the box. So we can switch to Linux after. In the previous test, we discussed the built-in firewall available in the Windows operating system. What if you're a Linux user, you still need control over your network traffic? Linux offers the functionality of the built-in firewall. We have multiple firewalls optional available here. Let's review most of them, explore one of them in details. NetFilter. NetFilter is a framework inside the Linux operating system. The core firewall functionalities include packet filtering, NAT, and connection tracking. The framework serves as a foundation for various firewall utilities available in Linux to control the network traffic. Some common firewall utilities that utilize the framework are listed below. IP tables, the most widely used utility in many Linux distributions. It uses the NetFilter framework to provide various functionalities and control network traffic. NFT tables is the success or the IP tables utilities with only cast packet filtering and NAT capabilities, but also based on net filters framework. Firewall D, this utility also operates on the net filter framework and has predefined rule sets. It works differently from the other and it comes with different pre-built network zone configurations. UFW, uncomplicated firewall, as many say, eliminates the complications of making rules in a complex syntax like IP tables or its successor. By giving you an easier interface, it's a more beginner friendly. Basically, whatever rule you need in IP tables, you can definitely define them in some easy commands via UFW, which would be configured and desired such IP tables. Let's have a look at some of the basic UF commands below. Okay. Sudo, we use root privileges, status, basically enable them. Below we'll create and allow ongoing connection from a Linux machine. The default command means that we're defining the policy as the default policy, allowing all the outgoing traffic, unless we define an outgoing traffic restriction or any specific application separate rule. We also make a rule to allow the night traffic coming into the machine by replacing outgoing with incoming. So sudo default allow outgoing. Default. Okay, so you can deny incoming traffic at any port system. Let's say you want to block SSH is 22. Okay, to achieve this, okay, you can use specific action deny in this case for the more specific ports protocol, which TCP port 22 or simply TCP 22/TCP. So sudo deny, perfect. Rule added to this is IP6. List down an active rules number is status number. So then delete any rule, execute the following. Okay, so you just sudo UFI delete 2 and it will delete this one out of the list when you numbered it. This different utilities can be managed. Okay. Choosing the right utility for Linux Web depends on multiple factors, such as familiarity with operating system and your requirements. You can test the knowledge of Linux firewall by creating some rules defined in the task and testing them to ensure they're working smoothly. Which Linux firewall utility is considered to be successor of Apatel NFT tables? NF tables? Is it NF tables? Come on. Perfect. Yes, it's NF tables. What rule would you use with UEFI to deny all outgoing traffic from your machine as a default? So it's without UFW. I think it's just I need to specify outgoing. Outgoing. No. What rule would you use to deny all outgoing? Oh, that will be a bit harder. Answer without so yeah, it's UFW. Okay, where it will be deny? Deny will be here. Something denies something. All outgoing traffic from your machine as a default policy. Oh. I didn't read it till the end. Deny, but I don't know how to deny all outgoing traffic from your machine. I don't know how to do that. Shit. I gotta Google that up, right? All outgoing traffic. Yeah, it's you have a default by default deny outgoing. Maybe just outgoing. Yeah, that's it, guys. That was it. Okay, guys, that was it. Thank you for watching. Uh, Today we went over firewall fundamentals, and see you in another video. It was Hacker on Call.